Respected Ram Babu, family of sharEvery, and dear guest, I am Neelu Hasaman from Mauritius, beautiful island. My greetings to all for the meeting number 629. We have reached so far very successfully. Today, our guest speaker is none other than Mr. Ram Babu, who is the pioneer of this platform, sharEvery. Beautiful saying goes that every great journey begins with a single step. That single step has brought him so far. It's Ram Babu's hard work, his dedication, consistency, and his sharing his experience has become his identity. He has really worked hard for this platform. Best part is sharEvery is non-profitable organization. Today's topic is think like a speaker. Please join me in welcoming our guest speaker, none other than Mr. Ram Babu, with big round of applause.
Thank you so much, Coach Neelo ma'am. Hearty welcome all dear sharEveryans and Smarties. It's really great opportunity to share my journey and my experience as a speaker with all of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. There are two words. One is thought and another one is speak. What is first? Either thought or speak. What do you think? Thought or speech? What is first?
Thought, sir.
Thought. You're right. Thought is a kind of seed. Thought is a seed which generate or take birth in mind, and speech is a fruit. So we all know seed first, then fruit comes. We should think. We should think, and in our mind, if I want to take class on the concept think like a speaker, my mind thinks how I want to prepare, what to speak or what to share with the audience. Before your mouth speak, your brain functions or your brain works. So here thought comes first and the next speech follows your thought and whatever you get your mind. Think like a speaker from fear to confidence. See, when I listen these two students messages, short messages, there was a very minute nervous, not fear. If we have fear, we can't open our mouth. I would like to share my experience. We conducted one-on-one mentor-mentee mentorship program 3 years before. There was a mentor from Bangalore, from South India, and she has been working as a HR professional in IBM multinational company, and she was the mentor, and one of the sharEveryans was the mentee. And we conducted for each mentor and mentee, for each pair, 10 1-hour sessions. In first session, she given a thought. At the end of my 10th presentation, you will get a great tip how you can become a confident speaker. And she shared that word in her beginning session. Every day the mentee was asking, ma'am, at least can you reveal the tip how I can be a confident speaker and how I want to improve myself, how I want to develop myself. And in every session she was asking, but mentor was postponing next session. But the day came, that was the 10th session, that was the final session, and in just 1 to 2 minutes, the whole presentation or the mentor-mentee program is going to finish. Finally, the mentee requested, dear coach, could you please reveal the tip at least at the last? Do you know what the mentor mentioned? The great tip is, if you want to speak confidently or however you wish, by transforming your thoughts, the great tip is you should open your mouth and you should speak first. And she replied like this, ma'am, is this the tip? For this tip you have made me to wait for 10 sessions? Yes, there is no any kind of tonic or any a specific drug to become a great speaker or confident speaker. You should speak. And how we can become a confident speaker from our fear. In this short presentation, understanding how our mindset would be as a speaker, how we can build our confidence, and what would be the practical tool, and how we can get the growth as an individual speaker. So these four things you are going to learn, and at the end, see, whenever you open the message, every successful speaker follow these two things. Fear is not at all our enemy at when we give a message. But what is the fear? What do you feel? And what always we think that is not our enemy, that is the seed to grow yourself. When you have fear, you will get a great opportunity to make a plan to get the results. So fear is not your enemy as a speaker, and fear is like an invitation card to your great message. And actually, what is a speaker? What the role of a speaker, and what does it mean? Speaker means what? A speaker thinks clearly. He need to have a clarity and on what message he is going to share or deliver with the people. And the second thing, a speaker feels confident. And third thing, you be very honest. And finally, you speak courageously without fear, because already I have mentioned in just before, fear is not your enemy. Fear is your invitation card to prepare well. So you need, being as a speaker, these four components. You need clarity on your message as a speaker. You need to have confidence, and honestly you should present, and you should be very bold enough. So these are the four components you should maintain as a speaker. Next, I would like to give three pillars as a speaker. Number one, belief. You should believe yourself. See, we heard two students short messages just before. They believed in them. So I can deliver my short speech on my given concept, my favorite game, my best friend. Because of their belief, they opened their mouth, they could speak, and they could try to improve, and they show their courageousness. So, and most of the people have this kind of limiting beliefs or false beliefs which make us suppress. So, but those are not facts, those are just myths. So you need to believe yourself. This is the first pillar you want to always strengthen yourself as a speaker. The next pillar is you need to have a clarity, and rather than going here and there, and you should stand on the main message what you're going to deliver. And we need to give some examples, but those examples, if you take or if you collect from your own experience, that examples can give wonderful effectiveness during your presentation rather than getting examples from someone else's experience. Try your best to collect the examples or share your own examples and what you have been implementing as an action in your day-to-day life. On these three things you should have a clarity. This clarity is the second pillar. And the third and last pillar is you need to have connection. You should not miss anything. You should maintain a smile. Many of my friends or my family members always, whenever I attend any family function or any event, even at the school or my classroom, always 99% I maintain smile on my face. Do you know why? The reason is it's absolutely free of cost. We need not to spend a single penny for that. So maintain smile. Mother Teresa stated like this: start your day with smile, then you can give a big impact in the society. After smile, you need to have eye contact between the audience and use simple words. See, I'm a speaker or the guest for today. I'm not using very tough words. I use simple words and simple English what I learned. Yes, and you should add emotion. In the second pillar I mentioned example. Whenever you take your own example, you can add a good emotion for your own experience rather than bringing the examples or collecting the examples from someone else's experience. These are the three pillars. Number one, belief. Number two, clarity. Number three, connection. Why we fear before sharing a word? Everybody has these four things in our mind, and we might do our mistakes in the past. We automatically think when I speak, people count my past mistakes. No, nobody will do that. Even if they do, don't worry for that. And we have another fear, that is comparison. Being as a speaker, we ourselves compare with others. Yes, how I'm speaking. And some Ye or Andrea ma'am or Coach Sandra Walks or Neelu ma'am or Gordon or Dikshita or Vishnu, they are better than me. Stop the comparison. But the comparison is essential, but the comparison should be always positive. The negative comparison kills your confidence. And the embarrassment. And the fourth important fear is we feel ourselves a lack of practice. I didn't have practice. Yes, you need to have practice. Whenever you have practice. Even I have a teaching experience over 25 years as a teacher and around 10 plus years in private sector, over 15 plus years in government sector. But even today, if I want to share or if I want to teach 40 minutes, I take practice a minimum of 30 minutes before keeping my feet inside the classroom. When you take practice and you can teach or you can speak very confident. So practice gives progress. So practice brings progress. Yes, the perfection later. The next thing, this is the speak formula, what you want to keep and what you want to keep these 5 words. First word in the word speak, first letter is smile. As I mentioned, you need to have smile. And P for pause. You need to pause between one incident to another incident. You need not to stitch with confusion or with hurry. No need. So you need to have a specific pause and the rhythmic pause, then only the audience will attract for your delivery. And eye contact, as I mentioned before, and the articulation, the tone is very important. And as I mentioned before, the keeping practice is very important. These 5 elements are called speak formula. I had conversation with these 5 international guests in my hometown Bucci, Coach Edward and Coach Ananika and Coach Christopher, and we went to Milk Dairy and we purchased something. How I'm able to speak or stand in front of you as a guest. These are the 3 things what I did, what you should learn the lesson from this. I learning from my mistakes. See, I met and I invited two times international guests in 2025 to Hyderabad, in 2026 to Nellore, in 2027 also some international guests are going to come to India as international speakers. Every experience, everything will give you a great opportunity to learn even from your mistakes. We always should be ready to learn from mistakes. Even if I do mistake, and I never quit, I never stop. Yes, I have done a mistake. I'm not well, I'm not suitable, I'm not fit. I never think like that. I made a mistake. I should not repeat the same mistake. I want to learn where I made mistake. Then whenever you have this kind of mindset, you never quit anything. And the next thing, serving through speaking. So not just speaking all the time, speaking. When you add actions to your speaking, that will impact a lot. I have been learning from day one from my mistakes, and every speaker or every teacher and every human being is a person to learn every day. Learning never stops, learning never ends. Next, see what according to this thinking as a speaker, and what is the vision I have been connecting or correlating with the sharEvery's vision. See, sharEvery, what sharEvery has been doing. sharEvery empowering the students through various programs, whether it's offline or online. And sharEvery is enabling or inviting or respecting the teachers or the speakers or the mentors or trainers, and through this foundation or through this sharEvery's vision. And we have been elevating and making the speakers or the voices professional through the sharEvery's vision. Every small task is a great opportunity to learn yourself and scale up your skill. And you should do a practice daily, and you should speak daily. And always I share the same thing with my students. At least you want to give 15 to 20 minutes on daily basis, not on and off, not just weekly or not just twice in a week. Every day you should give at least 15 to 20 minutes by listening, by speaking. You should spend your time in that atmosphere, then only you can see change in that. And accept mistakes. Never and blame yourself, or don't push that blame upon others, and accept the mistakes and learn from the mistakes and improve continuously. When you speak daily, when you accept your mistake, definitely you can see some growth. Look at the bottom. That growth, if you want to see the growth, you speak daily, you practice daily. The practice gives progress, and you should admit your mistakes. You should do these three things. I am a confident speaker. You should have this kind of affirmations when you speak. I am a confident speaker. Feel like this. I am fearless learner. Even though I make mistake, I learn from my mistakes, because I'm a fearless learner. I'm a future leader. I aimed to become a confident or impactful leader for the future. So today's speaker is tomorrow's leader. You're all going to be or become a great leaders. So thank you so much for listening and participating. And these are my three takeaways. Think brave, think clear, think like a speaker by believing yourself.
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. My name is Coach Edward Gording from the United States. I'm so glad to be here to be able to hear Coach Babu present, and I say greetings to the sharEvery Global Foundation as well as to the Smarties. So we hear Coach Babu speak today. He's the founder of the sharEvery Global Foundation. And one thing that I'm thinking about is the fact that he's an amazing leader to be able to bring this foundation organization to the point that it is today. Having international conferences, weekly trainings, weekly opportunities that he's creating for speakers. He should be celebrated as an amazing leader for the impact that he has made over several years. Let's just start by just giving him a round of applause for the work that he is doing. I also want to say at this period of time that Coach Babu is humble in what he does, because For him to state that he has spoken a year ago, 365 days have passed, and this is the next time that he has spoken. As a founder, you can say, I'm going to speak every week. I'm going to speak every month. But he creates a platform for people like myself, as well as youth, to be able to grow as speakers, to be able to begin to believe in yourself, to be able to get that clarity about your message, and also to begin to have a better connection with your audience. And today, Coach Ramaphosa actually modeled that by having engaging questions that allowed us to reflect on what are the things that we think about when we hear the word speaking that comes to our mind. And also, now that we understand that, how can we move from what we think about speaking to the next level so we have a greater impact? During this presentation, he gave several strategies that we all can take from this, the youth as well as the adults, so that we can get better on our practice. And one thing that I will take from this is the fact that I need to be consistent to create opportunities for me to practice and learn to listen to speakers for 15 minutes every day. And I do that, I will continue to increase my ability to speak with confidence. Another thing that came out of this is the opportunity. The word that I said that I hear about speaking, and I want you to be able to embrace that as people in this audience. Every time that someone asks you to speak, I want to encourage you not to think about fear, not to think about lack, but think about the opportunity that is given to you to grow and to learn, okay? And don't quit. When I first started to speak, I was not perfect, okay? And I'm not perfect now, okay? But it gives you an opportunity to grow. And that is what Coach Rambabu has said today. I just love the fact that he created a presentation today that was engaging and it was informative, not only for the youth, but also for the adults here in this platform. And that is a skill set that most speakers do not have the ability to do. Some of them are great with speaking to the youth, and then they have to speak, some are great speaking to adults. But when you have to develop your skills that you can speak and can cater a message that gears and engages the youth as well as the adult, it is amazing. And you definitely should be applauded for that level of skill set, Coach Rambabu. One thing that I would say as a point of feedback is the fact that you, in your preparation, in everybody's preparation, you start to anticipate what the audience would say, okay? And some of the words that they will anticipate to say is about fear and confidence, lack of belief, and so forth. And one thing that I would encourage you, Coach Rambo, is the fact of have engaging questions, but not lead us to that answer. You know what we are going to most likely say. Allow it to flow at a natural pace, but always in your preparation, be prepared what the potential answers will be, and to continue to gear your answers and your resolution and how to solve these areas like you always have done. And I believe that will take your presentation to a higher level. Today's presentation was amazing, engaging, excellent, and very informative. And even for myself, I have learned that I need to continue to believe in myself, have clarity, and make connection every time. Thank you very much for this opportunity for feedback and to be a part of this presentation today. Thank you.